us. Local advocates for students with disabilities are speaking out about the unmet needs of students at Guam's public schools. Isa Baza has more.
Carol Darlow is a chair of the Guam Advisory Panel for Students with Disabilities, also known as GAPS. She raised several concerns to education officials earlier this month on what she says are unmet needs of students at Guam's public schools. Her first concern is that only 2% of students with disabilities are performing at proficiency levels in math and reading.
So our concern is that the older our kids get, the further behind they get because they are not receiving tutorial services at all.
To address this, she said she hopes to see more schools with tutorial services, just as was successfully implemented at MU Lujan Elementary. Her second concern is that students with disabilities aren't being kept in the regular classrooms.
As the children get older, go to middle school and then on to high school, there's a larger likelihood that they're going to be placed into the resource room for all of their studies. This is not acceptable. With accommodations and modifications, almost all of these students can perform satisfactorily in the regular classroom. The problem is our teachers aren't trained.
She said DOE is not doing enough to provide professional development training in this area. Lastly, she's concerned that transition plans required for high school students are not being implemented.
A transition plan which will pass them on into employment after high school, training, or post-secondary education. So more and more of our students are graduating and they're not ready to be employed. They're not in any kind of a training program and they cannot enroll at GCC or UOG because they don't meet the requirements.
She said without addressing these issues, the widening gap will make it difficult for students to succeed after high school. Darlow has met with Acting Superintendent Joe Sanchez, as well as the Guam Education Board to discuss her concerns. Sanchez said he will work with GAPS to put together a forum for parents so DOE can hear their concerns firsthand. Darlow also encourages parents to join GAPS, which meets every second Wednesday of the month at 12 p.m. To join, you can contact Laura Tysapik at the Division of Special Education. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
After concerns over bullying, school violence, and student safety went viral on social media earlier this month, Acting Superintendent Joe Sanchez announced that the Guam Department of Education will be hosting a series of school safety informational sessions in northern, southern, and central Guam.
What we want to do is just really talk to the parents and families and students about some of the programs that we have regarding bullying and regarding student safety and behavior on campus and what type of services schools provide as well as the central office, and really give parents kind of an opportunity to ask a lot of questions.
He said if not handled at the school level, parents can take these issues to the central office. The informational sessions will take place at Okudu High School on October 5th, Ontlan on October 6th, and at Southern High School on October 10th. All events are from 6 to 8 p.m. and parents are encouraged to attend. The community conversations of Guam's self-determination continue on Monday. The governor's office and the Commission on Decolonization are hosting the weekly meetings to discuss what is decolonization as Guam prepares for a future plebiscite. Governor DeCalvo's senior advisor Troy Torres encourages residents to attend the next community conversation in Barrigada.
And if people think that if there are people who are critical about whether this is too early, there's not going to be an election this year, there's a lot of information to get out there. You may think this is a simple subject, but we've learned here at the governor's office that it's not, that there are so many complicated things to consider, so many questions that people have that needs to be answered, and we need to start with the basics.
There will be 2 meetings in Barrigada on Monday, October 3rd at 6 p.m. Torres says the meetings will have a party setting inclusive of free food. The locations will be posted on the governor's Facebook page. Following its second General Assembly, the Independence for Guahan Task Force has launched its Fenjita campaign. Introduced by campaign co-chair Melvin Juan Pat Borja, the initiative aims to bring the task force's educational outreach directly into the homes and offices of Guam. The task force is also offering to organize educational conversations called Feninazin with smaller groups that are organized by interested members of the community. The initiative comes just as the Commission on Decolonization continues its series of community conversations on Guam's quest for self-determination. In the meantime, the task force will host its next General Assembly on October 27 at 6 p.m. at the Chamorro Village Main Pavilion. The Judiciary of Guam is awarded a $600,000 grant from the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Justice Programs Bureau of Justice Statistics. According to a release from the Judiciary, the grant will be used to assist the courts, the Guam Police Department, and the Office of the Attorney General in collecting, sharing, and preserving Guam criminal history data. The grant period starts next month and runs through March 2018. The gift of life. It's a precious gift that most in their life will never be able to give. One island resident just returned from a successful procedure in Hawaii, hoping to help a female patient. As Joan Uggan first reports, because of the drive for justice held in 2003, Ruth Uggan was the perfect match.
It was back in 2003 when the island rallied together and came out for a drive for justice, a bone marrow registry aimed at helping 5-year-old Justice Tidawee, who was battling cancer. Just like the thousands that came out, Ruth Uggan, along with her husband Ray, jumped at the opportunity to help.
We've had family members that have been affected by cancer, and my dad, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. So just knowing that, they were doing a drive and it was just they were having a difficult time finding a match. We just felt it was, something that we could do. And, if there was any way that we could help, we definitely wanted to be able to try to do that.
Uggan returned from deployment in May of this year and was already back to work with her unit when in mid-June she got a call from the bone marrow registry informing her she was a possible match.
She started to just inform me that I was a potential match and if I was still interested, and there were a couple things I needed to do, but if I was interested, they were going to email me some information just about the procedure, what exactly it meant, and to just talk with my family to see if that was something we wanted to do and continue forward with.
Uggan said her husband and children were completely supportive, and although her mother had slight reservations, after all, Ruth is the only child, she would proceed and undergo lab work and a string of tests.
We went ahead and we got some blood work done here, and then after that, I didn't hear back for maybe almost 3 weeks, maybe almost a month. So I kind of thought, maybe it didn't pan out. Maybe I wasn't the match. Maybe I didn't, it wasn't meant to be.
Ruth was at the Liberation Day parade ready to march when she got a call from the bone marrow office stating she was the best match for a female patient.
Yeah, that was amazing. That just, even now as I think about it or I talk about it, I think it just gives me goosebumps because when she told me, I knew already that we were going to do this and it was something that, I wanted to do.
She and her husband were flown to Hawaii on September 2nd to Kapolani Medical Center for Women and Children. Uggan was part of a clinical study and underwent a procedure called apheresis, in which they extract the stem cells from your arm through your blood.
For 5 days, I had shots in both arms, which increases the stem cells that they need to receive that. And then on the day of the actual procedure, on the 6th day, is when they took the stem cells. So yep, I had needles inserted in both arms, and they take it out of one arm. It passes through a machine, almost similar to like dialysis, is what I've been told. And it passes through a machine, and they take the stem cells out, and then they return my blood on the other arm.
The procedure took roughly 8 hours.
Once we were done, I was told that the plasma and the stem cells and everything that they had taken was already out on a flight 30 minutes after while I was still there in recovery.
Although she has yet to hear an update, she keeps the patient in her prayers.
If the opportunity did present itself, most definitely, I'd love to meet the individual.
The island is being called on again, this time for a drive for Noah. Noah is a 4-year-old whose parents and family are from Guam and who was recently diagnosed with hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis. A bone marrow is the only cure. Dr. Thomas Shea will be holding a drive for Noah on October 14th through the 16th, seeking individuals between 18 and 44 years old. He will also be flying in a bone marrow specialist from Hawaii and will be making a call for volunteers in the coming days.
As I just kind of step back again, like I say, and I think about it, it's just do what we can as much as we can and as often as we can. That, it's not just even about saving a life. It's just being, able to provide and give back.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfis.
We are proud to bring you one of our newest segments. We've partnered with Title Guarantee to present the Good Neighbor Award. Once a month, we are featuring a Good Samaritan in our community and highlighting their everyday acts of selflessness. And this month's recipient is from Dededo, George Aquino.
The Good Neighbor, presented by Title Guarantee, Guam's first, oldest, and most experienced title and escrow company.
He's a guardian angel for those in their time of need.
It's a sense of feeling good, when you help people out.
For the last 60 years, George Aquino has lived at the bottom of the Santa Barbara Catholic Church in Dededo. He understands that losing a loved one is tough and can be even harder on the wallet. That's why he opens his yard and outside kitchen for families who may need a space to host their guests during funerals and other events held at the church.
They would use my yard as far as setting their tables and everything, For one thing is, I guess it's a need that unexpected situations like that, and it's not planned for. So there's times that using my yard is best, which is all right for me. They would approach me, and I would never turn them down. And I don't expect anything in return.
And he's more than a saving grace for those using the church. He's a lifesaver too, having retired as a fire battalion chief after 30 years of service.
I guess being a public servant for so many years and being a firefighter, you meet people in need, all types of people,
His end goal, to make the world a kinder place to live and to be a role model for his only grandchild, 3-year-old Kainoa, who keeps him busy these days.
And helping other people that are, I guess it's something good that, we're instead of just receiving, and then, like I said, unexpected situations, where nowadays life is hard. So I guess we share and everything, help each other out in any way possible.
The Good Neighbor, presented by Title Guarantee, Guam's first, oldest, and most experienced title and escrow company.
Visit the KUAM News website or app and let us know who is deserving of this award and why. A winner will be selected every month. Additionally, Title Guarantee will also reward the monthly Good Neighbor winner with a cash prize to go towards a local charity of their choice. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash D16 headlines. And still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers Report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Hi, I'm interested in one of your new Samsung devices.
No problem. Check our new Galaxy S7 Edge.
Our network is faster and more reliable with increased reach throughout the islands, Guam, and the Cedar Islands.
What do you think?
It's lit.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, We can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
Come celebrate with Ulitau, Guam's proud seafaring tradition at E Fiestan Sadan Tasi, the Festival of the Canoes, October 1st and 2nd at the Valley of the Lati Talafofo River. Canoe carvers, artists, farmers, and local craftsmen will join us from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Matson Navigation, the Guam Visitors Bureau, Heineken, Kloppenberg Enterprises, GTA, Uno, the Guamanian Magazine, and the stations of KUAM are proud sponsors of this event. Tickets are available at Shell stations in Tumuning, Dededo, Varagata Tri-Intersection, and Chalampago. For info, visit valleyofthelati.com or call 789-3342.
All right, everybody, it's that time of the week where we bring you a glimpse and a perspective of what happened in elections. And depending on how you looked at it, the recent presidential debate that just happened was either Friday Night Fights or Saturday Night Live. Again, depending on what perspective you take. But fortunately, we have the very expert opinions of Sean Gumatau and Dr. Ron McNinch. Gentlemen, thanks for joining me.
Yep.
Okay, so Sean, you were someone who was involved in debates covering it for the media, and again, you prepared Governor Calvo when you were part of his administration. What did you think of the tone, the aggressiveness, the back and forth between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump this past week?
You can tell that there was a lot of preparation done by Secretary Clinton for this particular event. It seemed like she might have had so much information that she waited for an opportunity to throw some daggers at Donald Trump, and in fact, quite a number of them stuck, and he really just couldn't pull himself out of it. I think the first 25 minutes was a really good debate for Donald Trump, but in a 90-minute debate, the other 70 was all Hillary Clinton.
Now, Ron, because this is the first of 3 debates, do you think that Trump was maybe like pulling some punches, or maybe being strategically holding off and saying I'm not going to go out guns blazing in the first one. Let me kind of like feel my way out, and in part 2 and part 3. I now have material to work with, or did he just, get caught?
I think that Hillary and Trump are night and day. I think that he's a media star. I think that when people see Trump, they feel like they know him. They've had mental conversations with Trump. Hillary, she was first lady. They don't have those kinds of thinking interactions with Hillary they do with Trump. So he has a home court advantage, and he is the Republican nominee because he rolled up and rolled over every Republican candidate in the debate format. Mm-hmm. And very so true. We still are waiting on the other two. I watched it very actively, and I know Sean mentioned he watched it twice, and it's certainly well worth watching.
And good of you to notice that, and point out the fact that Hillary is the former first lady, because the debate format in its purest sense is supposed to be a structured, between gentlemen and ladies, a dissemination of issues and everything like that. But this one was further from that. There was even, slings and arrows being tossed back and forth afterwards. We're saying, I had some inside stuff that I could have gone with, but I held back and everything. So, what do you think about the mudslinging?
Actually, the mudslinging, I think the American people could have done without. But also the amount of fact checking on the fly, I really didn't think that all of it was that accurate. And I waited till after to kind of start looking at myself. I think most Americans, if they watched, they probably could have done that. But it was the on-the-fly fact-checking just made it, just kind of drug out the 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ron, when you instruct young minds and, the leaders of tomorrow in the debate format and everything, given this past debate that happened between Hillary and the Donald, what do you tell them to take away from that, pro and con?
I mean, here's the neat thing about it is debates in a political context are not about logic. It's not about facts. It's about emotion. It's how people feel. People will never forget how they feel. And that's Maya Angelou said, people will never forget how you make them feel. And so really in the modern media age with political candidates, it's how our candidates make them feel, regardless of what they say and the big plans they have and all the other stuff.
Now let's kind of dovetail this to the local perspective, because in all your years each of you gentlemen covering being involved with debates, who should Guamanians look to as like that person, man or woman, was an expert in the art of debate? I know the late Angel Santos was very, very adept when he debated.
You know, I will say in working in just speeches and in debates, there are a couple of folks out there who are absolutely some of the best minds to craft message. Right now, to me, is Simon Sanchez. He comes out. He's not going to debate you, but he is great at putting together the arguments and putting together the right type of feeling for debates. To me.
Okay, Ron. Last word is yours.
I think it's just getting that feeling to the people where people feel they know you, and if they feel they know you, they're going to vote for you. And I think that's why Trump has the edge, is people actually think they know him.
Okay, so at least insofar as our unofficial scorecards are Trump 1 or Trump 0, Hillary 1 at this point.
I think it was a toss-up, but we got 2 more to go.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's good word from 2 big sports fans as well. So, hey, and it is captive TV. Everybody's watching it online. Everybody's watching on TV. Right. So we'll see you at debate number 2, and that's coming up. Stay tuned. We are back after this.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true, Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The new, meticulously crafted 2016 Terrain Denali. From GMC, this is the precision of professional grade.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
We have got a great topic for you tonight. Half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas, and we are talking about community-oriented policing. Now, fortunately, my good friend, Officer Paul Tapal from the Guam Police Department is here, and we are going to talk about exactly how this is, and more importantly, Paul, how we as civilians can get involved and you and us can better keep Guam safe.
Thanks for having me. You know, it's kind of special because the week of October 3rd to the October 7th is Community-Oriented Policing Week, and what better way than to bring it out and talk to you guys about how we as the Guam Police Department are actively involved in the community with different programs in which we have, such as the Neighborhood Watch program. You know, I would like to highlight the success of the Neighborhood Watch program to where it's grown to the villages in which we service. And, you know, the villages have actually gone forth and actually stood up their own watch program. And that is just one aspect of our community-oriented policing approach in which we're bringing to the community.
And Police Chief Joe Cruz actually said that. He goes, we want to get boots on the ground. We want to get directly out into the villages and knock on doors and meet the villagers there and just say, like, you know, what is the manner in which you guys are living? What can we do more? We need to better understand, you know, like how you guys are living your life and how we can get involved.
Well, it's twofold, you know. In order for us to function well as a department, we do need the community. We do need the support of the community. We do need the trust of the community members to be a part of this working, you know, organization that we have. You know, public safety has always been that pinnacle of we need that in our community. And, you know, we're reaching out to the villagers to please take part in the different activities and what we're doing. And in talking to the police, community-oriented policing week, we're going to be having officers visiting the schools, talking to our elementary students, even having lunch with the kids, setting aside date and times where our officers are actually going to engage with the students of the school.
Now, I remember when you were talking about the neighborhood watch program, you were starting with like the big major villages, the ones that are densely populated, like Minilao, Santa Rita, even Dededo, I believe. If GPD hasn't been in my village yet, and you are planning on canvassing the entire island, but if you haven't shown up yet, how can I maybe get more involved in just saying, hey, I know some things are going on in my neighborhood and everything like that. We'd like you to come out.
Well, absolutely. Call your, first and foremost, contact your respective mayor. Call your mayor, let him know that you are interested in forming a neighborhood watch program. You have a group of individuals that are ready to go. You know, your mayor can take it from there. Or you can call the Lieutenant Governor's office. You know, with the neighborhood watch program, we're actually partnership with the Lieutenant Governor's office. The staff that he brings out actually helps us engage in the community, meet with the mayors, their staff, and come up with an approach and you know, the planning and how are we going to approach the village and how we're going to go in and address the numbers and the masses of the villagers. So yeah, start with your mayor's office and contact the Lieutenant Governor's office.
All right, Paul, speaking of crimes, what have you got for us this week?
This week is the crime that happened in one of our pachinko parlors.
All right, here's the information.
On Friday, September 9th, at around 5 in the afternoon, officers from the Tumon Tumuni Precinct Command responded to a robbery call at the 777 Pachinko Game Room in Tumuni. According to the police report, the game room owner was sitting in the cashier's cage area when an unknown male, whom she described to be Mel Chukis, wearing a gray shirt with black pants, walked into the cashier's cage and grabbed the game room's cash register. The male suspect then ran towards the kitchen area of the establishment and was met by an employee of the game room. A struggle ensued in which the suspect managed to free himself and ran towards the main entrance of the game room. The suspect was last seen running towards an older model silver sedan, with a female individual noted to be the driver of the suspect vehicle. As a result of the robbery, no one was hurt, and the Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department need your help in reference to this case. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
All right, fantastic. So once again, community-oriented police week.
Yeah.
Okay, so and we can expect to see Guam's boys and girls in blue throughout the community doing their part to help us.
It's not just us too. We're also involving our federal counterparts. So please don't be alarmed. Welcome us with you know, open arms as we enter your schools. We come into your schools. This is a great time because October is Public Safety Awareness Month, and we're going to be doing all sorts of activity to include Red Ribbon. So again, it's not just the Guam Police Department. We're extending this. This invitation goes out to all our law enforcement partners to include our federal side.
All right, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, please stay tuned. We are back after this.
Q50 holding short runway 19 right. Q50, you copy. 227, runway 19 right. Roger that. Q50, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff.
The 2016 Q50 from Infinity.
Why don't you train for the Coco's Kids race, bro? Shoo, not even fair, bro. I'll just win that. Boom!
Calling all parents. Sign your kiddos up for this costume run October 29th. Register now at GuamCocoRoadRace.com.
For the first time in 27 years, a non-luxury brand has won the prestigious J.D. Power Award for initial quality. And that brand is Kia. That's right, Kia, the automaker that brought you the funky award-winning Soul and the rugged Sportage SUV ranked highest among 33 of the world's best manufacturers. And your new Kia not only comes with award-winning quality, but it's backed up by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Quality comes standard with every Kia from Triple J. Check out our proud Kia lineup online at triplejguam.com. Get pre-approved instantly. triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itano program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Tidzas Ma'asi, Matson.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Celebrating this weekend, Ruth Santos, we love you. From the family, happy birthday Raymond J. Santiago. Super happy 5th birthday from your family. Turning 2, happy birthday Jun Jun, coming from the family. Happy birthday Amy and Bobby Valoria. Happy birthday to both of you, coming from your family. Happy birthday, Grandma Rose, coming from your grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Prayers for you on your upcoming surgery. And happy birthday to my boyfriend, Robson Augustine, forever 31. Happy birthday to Tana St. Augustine, turning 8 this weekend. Happy birthday to Ann Guerrero. And happy birthday to Savannah Lil Tobis. Love your family. I hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I messed it up. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday so we can celebrate you. And that's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Close